you say, Lord, I don't know what is going on in my life. I don't just understand why I am struggling. I'm trying everything, nothing is working. And God comes and said, I want you to go on 3 days fasting. And you look at it and you say, no, no, no. This cannot be the instruction of God. You see, whenever I'm going through problem, what I usually do is to look for a place to go and sow seed. God said, you see, this issue, the move of God has changed over this issue. According to this issue that you are going through, what is going to handle it is to spend time in separation in the presence of God. This is the move of God. You are used to the former way, but God has moved already. In the pool, when Jesus went to first get at the Jacob's well in John chapter 4, the woman of Samaria said to Jesus, he said, our fathers worship God in this mountain, but you the Jews tell us that we must go to Jerusalem to worship. And Jesus said, you see, both you, your fathers, and the Jews, they are missing it, because the hour has come now that the first altar of worship is your heart, to worship God in spirit and in truth. He said, you people have missed the move of God. So God said to Elijah, he said, go to the mountain, I'm going to speak to you. And Elijah was there waiting for God, and then there was an earthquake. He was looking for the God in the earthquake. He didn't find God. After the earthquake, there was fire. He was looking for God in the fire. I couldn't find him. And then there was a still small voice, and there was God. See, if we are not sensitive, the very move of God we are looking for, we will walk past it without knowing. The very solution we are crying for, we will walk past that solution without knowing. This is the reason why the very people that carried the same bloodline of Jesus, many of them rejected Jesus when he was on earth. Because he did not look like the move of God they were expecting. They were expecting a king that will come with sword. They didn't know that the sword of Jesus was not a physical sword, it was a spiritual sword. So when he came as the Messiah, they said, no, you cannot be the one. You don't look. We were expecting one that will come with sword to fight. Are you sensitive to know the move of God in this season of your life? I have come to discover in my walk with God that in different seasons in my life, the move of God changes. And if you are not sensitive, you will be in where God was, and he has left. The worst place to be is where God used to be. Many people are still there, but they are not aware that God has moved. God has left Egypt to the promised land, but they are still in Egypt. I say, this is where our fathers was. God has moved. We need to be sensitive. So when God came and gave us a prophetic word as a people and said, let my people end the year in prayer, in case you are not aware, is a move. He said, pray. He said, pray. I said to the Lord, I said, Father, he's going to disrupt a lot of our programs that we already have in plan. He said, let's just be praying. As far as God is concerned, for you to be able to end this year well, he said, pray. If you miss the move of God, you will miss the things that are supposed to come with it. That is, all God is interested in this season of your life is to see you pray. That is the move. That is the move. A woman came to meet me some years ago. He said, man of God, things are bad for my family. Nothing is working. We have prayed, we have fasted, nothing is working. Her husband was a bus driver. The man changes engine almost every month. I didn't say engine oil, engine. They will put new engine, within 1 month the thing will knock. They will have to buy a new one, it will knock. The man was so deep in debt. I said, what's the problem? He said, this is so bad, man of God. The witchcraft oppression over this issue is so bad that the man will park his vehicle in the night. Wake up the next morning, the engine will be very hot. As a driver, one that has a car, I know that when you park your car in the night, the next morning the engine is supposed to be cold. Am I saying the truth? It's supposed to cool down. That's the only way we can check the oil level, because it is cool. The man will come in the morning, it will be very hot. That means that other people drove the car in the night by any means. Spiritual drivers. He said, we are praying, we are fasted, we don't know what to do. And when the woman and her husband came and they said, man of God, pray for us, the Lord gave me a very strange instruction. He said, you and your husband should wake up at night. Was it 3 days or 7 days? They wake up at night and dance for 1 hour. Somebody say the move of God. He said, wake up and dance. And the woman looked at me and said, sir, you say what? I say, God say dance. You see, for those of us that flow in the prophetic ministry, if you as a prophet does not understand the move of God, the people that follow you will not see miracle in their life. Because you will follow patterns that God has left. He said, dance! You say you are fasted. You are prayed. It's not working. And the woman went home, herself and her husband, and they woke up in the middle of the night. And they began to dance. The woman said, as she was dancing with her husband, the children saw them dancing. The children decided to say, Mommy, what did happen? He said, they said we should dance. They joined them. It became a dance, a family dance. They dance, and they dance, and they dance. He said, man of God, when we were done, we were sweating. When they came back within 1 month, the family bounced back. Everything tied loose. Opportunities gone, restored. I said, we have tried everything. If you are not sensitive, you will not know the move of God for the hour. So the man said, man of God, I am expecting them to stir the water. Jesus says not to stir the water. This is the move of God that has come. You know what you need to do? Take your bed and go home. Allah! Take your bed! In the remaining days of this year, you will move in the move of God. I can't hear you. I said you will move with the move of God. And what is God saying? He said, pray. He said, pray.